I think so, but I want to discuss it. See if we can get some people see what they think. I don't know if this is the mod or the. I'm trying to find a campaign where I played Russia before the changes. My argument is that it takes away the uniqueness. So I feel like that if you have efficiency modifiers, basically you live in a world where no modifiers are good. And therefore you're not incentivized to, like, I guess it's like Russia doesn't feel unique. Like Russia feels unique because you can get super good proximity. But if you take away that, it just kind of feels like every nation's the same, even more so than it already is. But I wanted to show you guys this example of, like, yes, obviously the control is ridiculous, but I've sacked modifiers to like the absolute max before because the control is going to go way down. Obviously, if I look to like live, it's like, yeah, I don't even get half the control that I used to with the changes, right? And then beyond, like I can look at a location that had like 98 control, and I'm going to get like 30. Seems like really, really bad. And that's like, I'm not even getting proximity, right? I'm like, I went from getting perfect proximity here to getting 0. And that, to me, it's just like, is that fun? We're not even that far from my capital. Like, this is the best possible proximity modifiers you could stack. And I'm like, what? You know? Like, I guess I'm kind of far from my capital, but I don't know. It kind of feels bad. I think. I kind of like that Muscovy was like unique and they felt like good because they had a lot of proximity speed modifiers. So this is like the peak. This represents like the highest possible proximity you could get, I think, in the game. Yeah, we have plus 117%. Are these numbers right? Or is it like because I'm on an old patch that's scuffed? I wonder. What land used to give? Well, yeah. But I was like looking at them like, this is an example of like, do efficiency modifiers seem like a good idea to do? Because I don't know. If I stack it, like, it basically takes away modifier stacking, which I guess is okay, but then it doesn't make anything feel unique. And I feel like modifier stacking is a good part of the game. That is like, I don't know, not a bad thing. I feel like we're gonna get into a world where just modifiers don't feel valuable at all. Is that like what we want? Like, you just don't care. You're just like, oh, what, you know, 10 proximity speed, like, who cares? I just feel like it devalues everything. Like, before, you're like, oh, I like proximity impact because it's gonna, you know, if I get enough of it, it starts being pretty good. And maybe there should be like a hard cap on it, but I don't know. I think their approach is like, I don't know if I like it. But that's kind of what I was looking at. I'm like, I think their ideas of switching to efficiency modifiers is bad. I feel like people were like praising them for doing that, but I'm like, I don't actually know. I remember like seeing Lemon Cake video even, and he was all like, "You should do efficiency modifiers," and I'm like, actually, I think that it was a mistake. But is it like, I don't know. I just tend to think that it's a bad idea. I feel like efficiency modifiers just make every modifier feel meaningless. I feel like it's again a situation though where Paradox doesn't find a happy medium. Like I think having perfect control everywhere is bad, and probably shouldn't be the way. But I also think like if you sack a modifier to the absolute limit, you should get something. Like this is like an extreme case where no real player is going to do this, you know. And like, I don't know. You shouldn't balance the game based off someone like me that's gonna like min max, you know, like I'm just doing it for the lulz kind of type of thing. But it's like it shouldn't be so bad. Like this is the best possible scenario, and we're only able to get like 5% proximity within like I don't know, 10 locations or something, maybe more than 10. But let's see, 5, 10 away, I guess is 55, but as a sharp decline. I don't know. I tend to think it's bad. What if I can find my save where I stacked war score cost too? Because I think war score cost is going to be like useless now. I don't know. Just like I don't know if it feels good to make every modifier useless. I just think it's like I don't like the idea that like is it the right idea to be like okay every modifier is useless? Is that the right you know thought process? That's kind of my concern. I'm just like if you don't care about modifiers at all, you just take away the uniqueness of any nation. Which is like I don't know if that feels good. Like I think like Austria used to feel good because they had like proximity speed. It's I mean before it was proximity speed. Now it's like I could care less. I think they think they took it away anyways to give them like proximity speed in the mountains or something. But I don't know. I feel like something like that used to be a good modifier. Where you look at that and you'd be like, oh, Austria has proximity impact. Okay, they're like a pretty strong formable. I mean, yeah, they already gutted that, I guess, to this. This got nerfed too. I think it was negative 50 before. But I don't know. I feel like maybe they should have like capped modifiers at like 60. They just left it the way it was. Because I'm pretty sure that in the, like you know the old system like 60 is probably like you'll never get to that much value in the current system at 60. Like I think 60 could have been like a reasonable cutoff point. Or maybe even like something like that. Yeah, I just think like if you switch to efficiency modifiers, which they're doing, it's just kind of like I think it's the wrong idea. Like this is like one of those things that I'm like I think the community thought it was good, but I think it's actually bad. Like including like people that I respect as content creators, such as like Lemon Cake and Generalists. I'm like, I think that actually it's wrong. I think it's something that like people think they wanted, but now that I see it in play, I'm like, I think this is just bad. It takes away the uniqueness from the game. They'll leave feedback on on the Discord. But I think it's an overcorrection. It's like, okay, it's just bad. I just wonder if they should have like compensated, like I wish I can't load up. I don't think I could. I don't know. Maybe I could load up an old save and see. I don't. When did they add efficiency modifiers? Can I even go back in Steam and look at that? I'm playing like a super older version. I don't know. Probably yeah, like 1.04. There's like a 1 point. Yeah, there's old versions like dare I? Maybe I shouldn't do that because it'll like take forever to update. But I was looking at a graph, and it's like, okay, if they doubled, like if they wanted to make, I don't know. I think that like there just needs to be a cap. I don't think that there needs to, like, I think efficiency modifiers are boring. don't know. Is it reasonable to if I'm looking at the math, if you double all the problem is they're not going to double all the modifiers. So let's say they double the modifiers for efficiency. Is it true, like math-wise, is it true that at 50% it would be the same? Like if you had 50% proximity, but it's just not doubled, it's not consistently doubled, is it? Like if you doubled every single modifier, like efficiency and a discount, which I think they like somewhat do with proximity speed versus proximity impact, if I'm not mistaken, which I might be mistaken, then in theory, if you had 50 proximity before, is it the same as having 100? I just don't think that is the case because they didn't double all the modifiers. That's the problem. I think. But I think that's like because I'm looking at like I think that beforehand the mandate of heaven used to give 20 proximity impact potentially, and now but now it only gives 20 proximity speed. So they like super nerfed that because if they wanted to make it even, shouldn't it be 40? Like if I'm looking at this, I'm pretty sure it was 20 before. I don't maybe I'm not wrong about that, but I'm fairly certain it was. Because this should be doubled. This should be at 40. I tend to think that the same with other stuff. I agree. I think this patch is bad. The more I'll probably make a video about it, but I'm like, I feel like this patch is bad. I just like the more I think about it, I'm like, man, I'm not happy with efficiency modifiers, and they didn't do it right. I mean, maybe efficiency modifiers are okay, but you have to give every source double then, because like if I'm looking at a graph, right? But like, okay, if I'm looking at a graph and I'm weighting efficiency power 2 to 1, theoretically at 50 proximity impact or like whatever 50 was before should be the equivalent of 100 speed, right? Like if we're like theorizing that. The problem is I don't know if they've updated the modifiers correctly. Maybe they have. I don't know. It's possible. Maybe these others just give 5. No, they give 10. Maybe that's the thing. That seems pretty good. But that means that maybe. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know if it's good. Like, is it good for the game to not have modifier stacking at all? Just like, I don't know. To me, it seems like no. I'm saying that if you, so I think that 50 proximity impact should be the same as 100 proximity speed, correct? Like according to like what I understand about how the modifiers would work. But then after that, it gets like really. But like after that point, it's way different, right? Like you once you get past 50%, it's like no longer like like 60, discount becomes like way, way better, and then exponentially so. Where it's like, but then effectively what happens then is that they capped every modifier to be 50, right? I just don't think the patch does anything good. They just power creep Byzantium, make them feel like a overpowered nation. Like, I don't know, but it's like just a net negative patch. I don't really know where that's kind of my thoughts. Like, what are the positives? I guess they changed things to efficiency modifiers, which I think is bad. But I think they did that earlier, right? But I guess maybe I don't know. I'm like of two minds of it. I'm like, maybe it's okay they did that with efficiency modifiers. It's just like I just feel like you've just taken away modifiers from the game from being something you care about. Is that like the right answer? Right. But I'm like, I think it's like I don't know if it's fun. Right. But it's not just my playstyle that we're keeping in mind. It's like what makes a nation feel unique is their modifiers. If they don't, if you're not able to stack modifiers, then modifiers don't feel unique. So I think it's like all these people wanted it. Like I look at all these content creators. The problem is when it's like they listen to the people that you think would be like relatively, like a good idea. But I'm like I know how much like generalist gaming pushed for these modifiers so heavily, but I'm like I think he was wrong, and that like that's not good because then it's just like modifiers aren't really relevant. Like I feel like if you have all efficiency modifiers, you just don't really care about modifiers. Is that like a good idea? I just don't. I just like I would tend to think no. Like I feel like modifier stacking is like for one, I don't think it's like really relevant until the later parts of the game, and so like there's not many people even playing that late, anyways. And so I feel like it only hurts people that like the game. I don't know, or play the game longer. I'm like I just don't really think it's like the right direction. Just making the game less fun. I don't know. Just thinking about it, and I'm like I just don't think it's. I just don't know if it's the right direction. I think the game becomes a slog much before then, but yeah, yeah. Right. I mean, I think culture is just a bad thing too. I don't know. I'm not really happy where the integration and culture is now. It's funny that they nerfed subjects being able to culture convert, and then you realize the game has a problem. It's like, oh, before we were using subjects to cheese culture convert, but now we just are like screwed. There's like no, you know what I mean? It's like you took away the meta, but then we realized like, oh, actually, like there's no way to actually do this without cheesing. Right, I agree with that too. You're like not allowed to have low control land. It hurts you. It like ruins you. You can't play sliders anymore. I don't know. I just feel like I'm getting like further and further frustrated lately with the developers' decisions. It's just like I honestly I didn't think efficiency modifiers would be bad, but now that I think about it, I'm like, I think it actually is. Right. They like push you towards using vassals, and then they nerf vassals, and then it feels like everything just feels bad now. Like you like have to cheese to you have to like do some sort of weird cheese to get the culture acceptance that you want, or you know, you just like can't play the game because they've like made it unfun. They're like, oh, you can't culture convert unless you have control, which was that was a mistake, I think. Bad decision making there. It's like, okay, so you suck at culture conversion if you don't have good control, but you need good control to culture convert. This is stupid. I'm just frustrated with it lately. But I was thinking about making a video about I don't know. Yeah, they need to overhaul the coring system, but that's not even a discussion. Like, I just think that things like here's a take for you guys. I want to know what your guys' opinion on this are. Because I was thinking about how like values are super overpowered for the player because the player like knows how to push values more than is reasonable, right? What if values couldn't push past the equilibrium? Because then I think you get in a situation where you can't just like cheat. You can't. You're not like you would be like the AI more so. I think. Like, or it would like backslide. So I'm like, I feel like that'd be like more balanced. Like your nation has certain laws that push you that much towards centralization, and that's where you're going to be at. Instead of being like, oh, you can like max centralization to the max, like because no AI is going to have this like I am, right? Like I just don't think it's. I think everyone's always going to be the AI will always be decentralized probably because they don't know how to like change laws to go central. Would be my guess. Right. But I think the idea of more Cola would be to add more stuff that pushes values throughout the game. Would be like if I would like to have a system. But then like give the AI weights for things like that they would want. So the AI would be like more like able to keep up with the player in that way. Like new laws would come out to give you like you know, add more values to things. Like specifically laws. Because I think that like it would be more interesting if you were pushing values throughout the game too. Like for example, like I think that you should probably only be able to get certain amount of centralization in the early game. Like because then you're like still incentivized to want to push values the whole game instead of just it being something that you solve early in the campaign and you're done. I think it would be like more healthy for the game if you know you like got maybe 0.2, you got a couple more laws that maybe helped you push that value more and more throughout the campaign. Interesting. I feel like the problem with the AI though is that they mix their levies and professionals together and then it just gets the professionals killed. Right. I think that they should just like I think that they should make it so Parliament doesn't take away the AI's laws. and they have every nation that they like program each nation to want to have certain or even start with certain laws that are like historically accurate. Would be like the way that I would go about that. Like this nation starts with these laws, and the AI is going to be like wanting, like depending on how the nation was historically, they're going to want to pick. They're going to always pick this law when it unlocks, type of thing. So then it would be like, you know, like you would like push certain nations to be central or certain nations to be decentral based off what was it like historically. Yeah, I really miss like, I don't know. I'm frustrated lately, to be honest, with EU5. This was the old patch for Bohemia and with like Blob. I kind of miss that patch, honestly. I liked when that happened. Like the H3 is like it's so much in a better spot for me. Like it's 1678. It should be like this, but it's not like that in the current patch, right? Like there's only a couple nations in the H3 and I haven't touched it. That's how it should be. I know people probably disagree with me, but like I don't know. It feels so freaking tedious to ever go into the H3 and fight like 300 nations. Yeah, I don't know. There's 11,000 people in game right now. 12,000 in U5, U4. Yeah, I know that. I totally think that like I that's what I think too, Mortal Coil. Like the fact that the AI is crippled like that makes zero sense. Like like in my opinion, Banal Lordship shouldn't even exist as a modifier. Like it's too punishing if the AI doesn't know how to get off of it. Sometimes I feel like control is the system that's like a good idea but bad actually. Like if that makes any sense what I'm saying. Like I don't know. I think it's just like really, really hard to balance, and I feel like any sources of modifiers that give you negative or max control maybe should just not be in the game. I don't know. It's just like, yeah, it's a terrible privilege, and it's like the AI is never gonna get off of it. I feel like they should not. They should remove. They should rework that privilege to do something else that's bad, not control. Like you can't. I don't know. I think control is just like sometimes I think it's just a bad system. Not because it's like it's like not fundamentally bad. It's just like I think it's too hard to balance. I actually think that the best version of control was on release, and that everything they've added since has made it worse. If you ask me. Oh yeah, it's so bad. But the problem is that like I don't know, like they need to stop doing stupid shit. Like they get like the AI gets sentenced to move their capital. Yeah, they made control way too harsh. I agree. But it's like they're just tell me I'm wrong that the game is getting worse. Like since release. Like they had I think they had like an okay release, and I feel like it's going down. Like I feel like the game's getting worse. Like Are we not just taking away fun every time? Like, I'm not saying that everything they do in every patch is negative. Like, there's a lot of good. There's a good, but I'm like, I feel like they've taken away a lot of fun from the game, and that's just like, this is a video game. Like, it's okay. Let me give you this example. I had early access, and they made like Hellenism like giga OP. Like it would be like things like +10 max control or +1% population growth, right? But I kind of thought that was fun. Like, don't get me wrong, like it's OP as hell, but like that was kind of fun, and I was okay with it. And they gutted it so hard that it's just like boring now, and I'm like, why do we do this? Like again, another example would be like early access. Like the Ottomans used to have like +10 max control. Yeah, I don't know. I just like feel like we're going in the wrong. Like I feel like we're making the game like more and more boring. Like this is a video game at the end of the day. It's not a simulation. Right? They're listening to people like, hey, we need to do like. And what's funny is that like I like generalist a lot. I respect him, but I think he was wrong. Like he pushed efficiency modifiers so heavily, and I'm like, they finally listened to him, and I'm like, I think that was just bad. I'm not like hating on generalists. I'm just saying like, even us content creators who think we know everything, like we don't. You know, like I feel like sometimes the more they listen to the community, the worse it gets. Like I think it's a good idea to like test what efficiency modifiers would be like, but I feel like that actually after playing them for a while, it's not good. I don't know. I tend to think the game's just like going in the wrong direction. Like another example would be like we like nerfed legislative efficiency to make it useless. Like, is that a good change for the game? Yeah, I saw that too. I disagree with him wholehearted on that. I just like, yeah, no. I don't know. I just feel like more and more frustrated lately. Where it's like, it's concerning. Like I think the game comes out, it's in an all like it's like a relatively good for release, right? Like for a Paradox game, I'm like, okay, the game comes out, it's like things aren't great, but it's gonna get better and it's like decent. And then like 6 months of decline feels bad. Yeah, I think that that's probably true. Like EU5 had a decent release, but I think it's just like we're declining now. I think the issue too is that like people, even including myself, like don't know how things are gonna be. Like I don't know. Just the idea of like, did we? I think efficiency modifiers were something that like I heard again. I'm good friends with Lemon Cake. I'm good friends with Generalists. Like both these people were pretty big on it, and I'm like, I think they were wrong. I think they were both wrong on that. I just don't. I think like taking away modifier stacking is not like modifier stack. This is a video game. Modifier stacking is fun, and it's not something that most people even do. Or if they do, they probably enjoy it. Like I think that there should be like like a happy medium. You know, like I agree that you shouldn't be able to modifier stack to 90%, but it might be fun to modifier stack to something like 60%. You know, like I think there should be a happy medium, not just like, oh, we're gonna freaking gut this until the modifiers feel useless. Like I don't know, or maybe like 75%. You know, like I feel like yes, there should be a cap of modifier stacking that isn't 90% or 95%, but it's a fun thing to have, and taking it away from the game might just be the wrong choice. I don't know that the standards have to be higher just because it's I don't know. No, because that's what they did. Like, take the case of like here's the perfect example, right? They took proximity and they doubled the effects of it, right? Like if we go to values, it's like centralization used to give 10 proximity impact, now it gives 20 speed, right? Here. Hold on. But that's not the thing is that efficiency modifiers will never get to a point where it's fun. No, it doesn't work anymore. Let me show you a graph of how efficiency modifiers work versus this. I just generated a graph real quick. I'll give you your healthy dose of AI, you know, AI generated graph. I need that to zoom in. This is what happens with efficiency modifiers versus discount modifiers. You see the issue? Your modifiers never get good. This is how they keep going like this forever. Barely anything. It's just like you don't care. Like it's even. It's about even at 50%. That's why I'm saying maybe they could have capped it at like 60 or 70% instead of being like, hey, we're just going to make this modifier feel useless the whole time. And that feels bad to me. I don't know. I'm just like now. What I think this does is it just makes it so no nation feels unique. Yes, efficiency is in the blue. I sorry I took the graphic away, but yeah, I can put it back. But yes. So so the blue is what we're getting now. The green is what it used to be. So like you'll never get like, you know, any sort of real value. And I'm like that. I don't know. To me, it's like I think the 80% is like relatively okay. Maybe they should just I think like the better way is just cap it at 80. If they capped it at 60, it would be not really the same, no. Because I mean the graph looks like pretty like really the graph is like crazy scaled. Because like if you look at the graph I just showed you or showing you, it's up to 30 times. So that's why like if I had the graph like only like a 10 times, you would like see a bigger impact. But to my understanding, the problem too is that they didn't make all the modifiers doubled. Like, why did the mandate get cooked? The mandate used to give 20 proximity impact, and now it gives 20 proximity speed. So effectively, it was just nerfed by like in half. Right, and then they made a DLC that's like insane power creep to one nation. I mean, I get what he was saying, but I think it's just wrong. Well, sure, but it's like, I don't know. To me, I feel like proximity speed is useless. Like, I feel like the only way to get control is like roads. Roads do like 90% of the work, and proximity speed basically is a useless modifier. Well, I think that's my take. Like roads and governors are like the only thing that really help. Other than that, like proximity speed just like is a useless modifier, kind of. I think I had this conversation with generalists, and I was like, I think that making it excuse me, right? But it's like I think efficiency modifiers are not fun. Yeah, all they're doing since release is just like nerfing things. Like, God forbid we can have fun, right? Right. Isn't that like really lame? Mortal? Like, what do you think about that? So I'm like totally not on board for that. I'm like, if I play a really weird campaign, like okay, I had my Austria campaign where I start as Austria, playing releases Passau, like go down to India, become Delhi, swap to Sunni, then swap to Protestant. Like it's not like an easy thing to do, you know? Like if I'm doing all that shit, let me have my modifiers for war score cost. It's not even that like that smart of a way to play. But like, do we really want to just take away modifiers? Like to me, if they make everything efficiency modifiers, they are just taking away modifiers from having value. Yeah, it just like feels like it does nothing now, right? Like that's not. I'm like, surely that's not what we want. I don't know. I just feel frustrated lately. I'm like, where's the fun? I want to do fun stuff. Like, why are we like? I don't know. Like, why do we have to gut legislative efficiency? That's another question. Like, how is that like an okay decision? We're gonna take the only thing people like out of legislative efficiency, the only reason it's value, and we're just gonna gut it. It's like, why? Why would you just gut legislative efficiency and replace it with nothing? That's not fun. Like, how is that fun? It used to give negative, like it gave negative antagonism received. So it was like really good. It was like a really, really good modifier before. Like I would say it was like an A or S tier modifier to like complete F. Yeah, they removed the antagonism reduction from legislative efficiency. It's like, why would, and I feel like the same thing with like proximity impact. Like a proximity impact went from like an S tier modifier to like a C tier modifier. I don't think there's any good efficiency modifiers. I think they're just useless. Like when I see something that got swapped to like for example, I used to like the admin focus because it gave proximity impact, right? And now I don't give a shit about it because it gives proximity speed. Like that's literally what like how I feel is that it's changed. Yeah. I don't really like I never really had a problem with the map. I don't disagree. Okay. Hayden, why I don't disagree with what you're saying, but if they're going to do that, I think they need to add something else that makes nations feel unique. Like, I would say, like, okay, let me give you an example of an issue I have. So, like, if I looked at like somebody that had war score cost modifier before, right? I would be like, oh, that's a really cool tag. Like Navarre would feel unique because it has that, right? Like, oh, Navarre is really strong because they have war score cost reduction. Now, what do they have? They have war score efficiency, which I don't care about. So then my thought would be like, they need to replace that uniqueness with something else then. Because if I don't care about modifiers anymore, what makes the nation feel unique? Like I feel like all the fun modifiers are a problem. But like for example, it's like it's bad too because okay, let me give you an example. Let's say that I'm an Iron Man, but let's say that you start nerfing these modifiers, right? Well, the issue is there's still modifiers that are insane. Like for example, like if I made a list of modifiers, right? If you make something efficiency, I don't think you can make like one or two things efficiency modifiers at a time. It's bad. You need to gut everything. You know, like because let me give you an example. Like, what's probably one like if I'm thinking offhand, what is the strongest formable today? And like, will it be gutted? Like Rome is probably the strongest formable, right? Right. Like why is the Middle Kingdom the only answer to the horrible? I feel like the Middle Kingdom is like it's like a band-aid for the horrible coring system. It's like, oh, now I can freaking accept all my cultures and have cores because I went to China and got the mandate. Like, that's the only freaking answer. Or I have to do some weird cheese where I like, make a subject and get to 100 favors and whatever, right? But like, I was gonna say, like, I think that like if you look at Delhi, right? Where am I looking at? Advances. Like, like this is useless now, right? But they have um they have negative inflation, which now is like I feel like what's happening is like you're gutting all the good things to the point where now these things are like the best in the game. I don't know where it is, but they have a billion reforms. Like monthly inflation here, though, it's like, okay, because what happens is if you let's say you change things to efficiency modifiers, right? I don't like Paradox never understands what certain changes have an effect on the game because now you're making by making one modifier weaker, you're making other modifiers stronger. Which I'm like, is that really like? Because I feel like now monthly inflation, I feel like is now like one of the strongest modifiers in the game because it's like it's just like, oh, are we really? Why do we have this mindset to nerf everything? Why is that what we want to do? We're just gonna nerf everything that's fun until there's nothing left, or what's the play? Like, do we want to make just everything feel bad to form? It's not though. It's not. That's what I'm telling you, Jim. It's like it literally what it does is it makes it so you can never have the same fun that you had before. There's no amount of a modifier that you can get that will even come close to what what it did before. Negative, Sindane. I'm pretty sure no. Right. Instead of nerfing everything, let's like start buffing some stuff, you know? Like I don't know. I think it's the wrong approach. I don't know about that. I mean, you realize like how much of a modifier you would have to ever reach what it is. Like it's impossible. Like here, I'll chat GPT it because it'll know. Actually, it's being dumb. Okay, let me give you an example. I think this is true. If you wanted to reach negative 90, like 90, like for example, 90 proximity impact before, right? You would need 450% proximity speed. You can't even get 200. What do you think of that? Is that like, is that like you can't even like, I don't even think you can get to like 70 of what it was before. Maybe, but I tend to think probably not. Maybe I did the math wrong there too. Hold on. No, I did. I did. Sorry. I did the math wrong. You would need 900% efficiency then, right? Because the way the percentage is, I think. Maybe I'm wrong there too. I think that's right. I think you would need to get 90% proximity impact, you would need 900% proximity speed. I think. Sure. And it's like, okay. But I guess my point being is like if modifiers feel so so non-impactful, should we just like remove modifiers then? Like I don't know. Like I feel like modifiers need to feel good if that's the way they're gonna make the game. Like I'm totally okay if they're just like, we're gonna remove modifiers from the game. Sure. Like that's I guess that's one way to approach it, but then we need it replaced with something else. Because I feel like basically, like I think effectively, we're just removing modifiers, and then not replacing with anything else. Because efficiency modifiers basically just feel like they do nothing. So if that's what they do, if that's what they want to do, I think just like lean into it and delete them. Like I'm actually fine if they want to do that. But I mean, because let me if I'm understanding the graph, I'm using ChatGPT to like look at this. But if I understand it correctly, the problem is that after 50%, it gets like 50%. If I'm understanding right, 50% discount is the same as 100% efficiency. But then when you get to 60%, it's 150% efficiency needed. Like, so it's really, really exponential as you get like higher and higher with these, right? And maybe that's like okay. That and like I guess if you want to make it so all modifiers are capped at 50%, that's kind of effectively what we're doing, right? Like in the new system with efficiency, you're never getting a modifier past like 50. I doubt you're really ever getting to 60%. Maybe in rare cases you are, but definitely not 70, right? Because 70 would be 233%, and that's like never happening. Yes, 100%. Mortal, like the curve of the modifiers is like insane. But like does it feel right to never get never get like does that what we want? Is that we can never, no matter what we do, get more than 60% effectively 60% reduction? If it is, then that's fine. But then I need you to make Russia feel unique in a different way. Because for me, Russia was a lot of fun because they have really good control in kind of shit land. You know, so it's not even like that. It's not even like that valuable. It's like, oh, like cool. I get decent control in like the most useless land ever. Like that doesn't feel like a bad gameplay loop to me. It's not like my land is that good or I'm that rich. It's like, bro, like I'm Russia, you know? But like I feel like that's like a good trade-off for Russia. Like, yeah, the land I can take or taking is not that useful, but as a consequence, at least I have good control in it. But I mean, at the same time though, I am totally on board with Russia being like strong for control. Yeah, I think they just like have made that like they made culture conversion like not fun because now it like has scaled the control, so that's ruined, right? Like can we just stop nerfing everything? It's not like the way. Except 100% procs efficiency wouldn't be enough. You don't understand, like it's not enough. That's not enough to make them fun. Cuz I I have an insane amount of proximity here. Like look, I have 216%. That's not enough to do anything. Like this is an old say, but like look, like I have 200% of the modifier and I'm looking like, 15 locations away. It's already gone. It's ruined. Like literally, I have over 200% in I guess in some cases. It just isn't enough. Like, what do you like? That's ridiculous. This is like nearly the most possible you can stack in the game currently. Like there's and it's we're in the late game as well, where I've gotten like all the Age of Absolutism reforms as well. So it's like this is like as good as it gets. Besides the I guess last road, but I don't know. I'm just like in my mind, it's like it's not that great. Sure, but the problem is that you can only have so many governors. You know, like or I guess if you're Byzantium, you can have like 3 more than normal, but like and you can't and like naval and they didn't fix the naval governors. Like, do they even play the game? Like, are naval governors even fun? Why do they do it? So you like effectively have to cheese and cut off your nation. It's so weird. I guess I can see that argument. The making again, I'm not saying like that I'm right either. Like I'm saying that like I don't like efficiency modifiers. I think that a lot of content creators pushed for them, and that's what we got. And I'm kind of disappointed that that's what the case is, right? Like I like discount modifiers. I think they're fun. I would even be more okay if they like capped it at a certain you know, maybe they'll cap things at like 80%. So it doesn't get like this insane. Like obviously that this is like, you know, like this is with like 100 proximity. But I think it's more I think it's fun to be able to have like insane control. Like let me ask you this. Do you like if are you aware you probably aren't aware because you didn't play like early access, but in early access, the Ottomans used to have their government reform um instead of giving the I'll give you this example too. And like just tell me what you guys think. Um like seriously, I want your guys' opinion. Maybe I'll even do a poll. So it's like anonymous, so you don't have to like, you know, like put yourself out there if you don't want to, right? Um so maybe I'll do like a poll so it's more anonymous. But I want your guys' opinions on maybe a couple different things that would be kind of interesting to know. Like I want to look at the maybe I even have like an old video where I could show. I probably do. Not that it really matters, but um I don't know when the early access was actually. I wonder. I think this is probably it. But I guess my point is that Byzantium used to be like or Hellenism used to be like giga overpowered. Let me see if I can find a good like some good gameplay of it. Trying to see if I have uh, somewhere I do, but I don't know. Yeah, I definitely do. I guess I just tell you about it because it's like, yeah, you'll know, but yes, totally. So let me ask you this, and like I don't know what your guys' opinions will be, but it's like, okay, so this this would effectively, but so 2 weeks before release, this would have given me plus 10 max control. Now it gives 0.29 monthly control. This would have given me 1% population growth. Now it gives me 0.14. This would have given me 18 production efficiency. Now it gives me 8. Should we have left it OP or not? Like, what do you guys think? Because, I mean, here's my logic or my argument with it. To form Hellenism, you have to already have basically won the game and defeated Egypt and taken Rome and Italy. So why not just let it be OP? You've already won anyways. And it's a fantasy religion on a fantasy nation. Like, my logic is like, is it the right move to nerf this? And the problem I have is like, you can't just give monthly. They did this to the Ottomans too. So, right, but like the idea is that, like, is it bad to make things overpowered? Oh, I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I'm saying like it's still fun to get to this point and be like, holy shit, I have insane production efficiency, or I have insane, like, you know. But I like like give me another example. Like, okay, what did the Ottomans get early on? But my question is like, should it be that way? Okay, another one. This is the question I want to ask you guys, like, poll wise. So let me tell you if you agree with this change. Here, let's ask this poll. I'd rather it be anonymous poll, so you're not like shamed if you have an opinion, by the way. So, but let me give you an example of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottomans have this buff here. This used to give 10 max control in early access. Do you think it's good they got rid of that or not? Maybe they even had it early on release. I don't know, but I remember this was a plus 10 max control buff. Do you think that's like? But the Ottomans are supposed to be pretty strong, and it also would make the AI like way stronger, right? I should probably explain what efficiency modifiers are, but my point being is like, do you guys like, what do you guys think about that? Because to me, I think monthly control is like a useless modifier unless you're trying to be like min max and like moving your guy around all the time. But like, ain't nobody got time for that, right? Because yes, for sure, if you utilize the monthly control plus 5, it's really strong. Because if you can move your cabinet like every like 3 months and get insane control, right? But I think effectively, if you're unless the AI is like going and swapping their cabinet every 3 months or 4 months, right? This is an insane nerf, right? Monthly control is, I don't know why, but the devs feel like monthly control can replace max control, and it's like it's not even close. My problem is that they take something that's so powerful and then they give monthly control and think it's an okay substitute. It's like it's not even a modifier that I think I care about at all. Monthly control is a useless modifier. Like once you have all your, like I think effectively it is. Like maybe I'm the minority of that, but I'm like I think monthly control is like literally a stupid modifier. It shouldn't even exist. Like once you hit the max on your like all your provinces, you don't care. Yeah, they like nerfed the temple and made this horrible, expensive council that only rich nations can afford. Yes, that's my point too. Exactly that. You know what? Some people. Okay, I'm gonna bring up another content creator. I already have that maybe got their way, and that I disagree with them. Lord Lambert, and I like all these people, by the way. Just want to mention, like, I'm friends with all these people, but Lord Lambert hated historical. What is it, like historical AI? Like giving the AI bonuses that are like Lucky Nations. Remember, he hated Lucky Nations, and now we don't have that. And I'm like, is that another case where we listen to a content creator, and then we, like, I think Lucky Nations are like healthy because they give the AI, certain AIs, really powerful modifiers to help them like achieve the historical goals. A Lucky Nation in EU4 is like let's say like the Ottomans were given like extra modifiers that for just because they were like historically really strong. But I know he like hated it, and I know he has like I think he actually has some decent sway, more than me for sure, 100%, because he makes a lot of like Tinto talks, and I see him getting a lot of things that he wants. Again, I'm not like talking negative on content creators like that. I'm just saying that I think that it's dangerous that they. I don't know. It's dangerous to listen to people, and I know, like I'm part of the problem too, right? Like I might think that I know what would be good for the game, but like they can't just. The problem is that they can't just listen to me if I have an idea. They need to like play test it and see and like think about the repercussions. Like when I'm talking about like efficiency modifiers, right? It's like I think that that's a fine idea to try, but if you play tested it, you would realize that those modifiers, like it kind of feels bad in some sort of way, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. Of Velterox, Lucky Nations are like a band-aid to a problem, right? But like it's a band-aid that works. I think like in EU4, I think you could say that band-aid actually does a pretty good job, right? Efficiency modifiers. Can we all agree that like it's not okay what they did to legislative efficiency? Like that makes me upset that they wouldn't just remove it from the game. That like they like that. My problem is like okay, they take all the value out of legislative efficiency, and then they replace it with nothing. Well, the problem is there's still like reforms in the game that give legislative efficiency, and now they suck, right? Like you've taken something away, like this like this used to be good, right? For example, and it's like, well, you've taken this away and you've replaced it with nothing. So like, how is that okay? Like there literally is tons of places that you get legislative efficiency that felt good, and now it's like, oh well, that's useless. I agree that they shouldn't have been paired with in the first place, but if you make a modifier, it needs to do something that you care about. You know, like for example, like how about you give some base parliament support or Something like that. It doesn't have to be insanely strong. It just needs to be like something that might be useful. Or maybe it like makes parliament agendas like cheaper, like because you're more efficient with legislative. That would like seem reasonable, right? Like your parliament requests are like lowered in cost or something like that. I've seen that too, Immortal. Because I granted out one of those privileges that gives legislative efficiency negative. I mean, Parliament's a different argument on its own. I think Parliament is unhealthy for the game, but you guys know, if you watch my channel, I've always hated Parliament. I think that like across additional taxes are just like broken. Hey, let's just get free money every 5 years. I'm sure that won't cause any scaling issues at all. Oh wait, that definitely causes scaling issues. I like how I bankrupted this. This is just like a test run though. Like actually I was making a short off of this that maybe I'll release, but the save was just like with cheats. I think Parliament is just like, I don't know, like they why do they make the time to like add new agendas? It's just like, I don't know. To me, it's like a bad investment of time. They should, if they're gonna like invest more time into Parliament, instead of like wasting time and adding new agendas, like start thinking about reworking the system. Don't waste your time and money into like a system that already is bad. But I guess I'm being like rude. You know what I mean? Like I'm being like very biased. Well, I think it is a problem with legislative efficiency because there's tons of places in the game that give you legislative efficiency. Like, for example, plutocratic ethos as a government reform. You've now taken away the power or the strength of plutocratic ethos and replaced it with nothing. That's bad. Right? Like you've literally just like gutted like anything that had legislative efficiency. Like, for example, Muscovy could get lots of legislative efficiency with one of their cabinet actions, which made them really strong. And you've gutted that. So, but you didn't replace it with anything else. So now it's just like a net nerf to these nations that like get extra legislative efficiency. Right? Like that's not cool. Right, you just don't bother with those, like, so they just, like, effectively deleted, like, certain reforms from the game. Can we also agree that the government reforms suck? Like, I feel like most of them are just not interesting. Like, your personal reforms. There's, like, a couple that you might want, but I feel like most of them, like, you just are like, "Why would I ever want this?" Sure, I'm not suggesting, like, Zombie Boy, like, I would be okay with them doing anything, you know? Like, that my problem is that you should never, as a developer, remove something like I think it's like the concept of removing legislative efficiency and like not understanding that the value of legislative efficiency was one-to-one tied to that is like out of touch. I don't know. And then still having this like everywhere. Yeah, I could do that, yeah. But I'm like, I feel like the reforms in our the reform system is just not that interesting. Right. And I have a problem. Like, don't you guys find it really weird that you can get the road debates are double as effective until you get the level 2 roads? And why is it decentralization is the only like modifier in the game that you can get 10 of from a debate? Yeah, but the problem is if you have legislative efficiency and you just you basically gut it to be useless, why didn't you replace it with something else? Like, what do you think like is going through the developer's mind in that case? My thought process is that they are just out of touch. Like I don't know. Like other than that, I can't imagine why you would do that. Like it's like if you just completely if you like it just it seems like the developer just like doesn't understand. Like, do you realize that the only reason that legislative efficiency has value is because of this modifier, and if you remove it, then it's effectively useless? Like, do you realize that as a developer? And if you do, are you still going to make that choice? That would be my question. Like, I think no, right? Like, are you just out of touch to think that legislative efficiency has any value outside of antagonism reduction? Like, what do you guys think of that mechanic? Like, am I being rude? And I probably am being a little rude because I'm a little upset at the moment. Like, I probably am being a little bit overcritical and that sort of thing. To be fair, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Moral coil. Like, I feel like there's a lot of times like I think I made this point before a lot too. Is that like I think that in the EU, like EU5, EU4 as well, a lot of times there's not good choices. There's this is the good answer and everything else is stupid. But like, yeah, it's like there's like the one good choice and then everything else is like meh. I actually feel like the first reform, like funny enough, with all the nerfs that went through, do you guys really go the admin focus anymore? I think it's useless. I think other people might not, but I'm like, what was good in the admin focus before? It was like legislative efficiency and and proximity impact, and then they gutted both of those things. So to me, in the first stage, like, do you actually still go admin focus? I think it's like actually the worst of the three now. That's what I'm saying though, is that they basically they like neutered legislative efficiency, but it's still in options that you like used to care about. Yeah, but Deus Volt's even not even that good. It's like a it's a negative 20%. It's like right, but I'm like what are we gonna like what's the next thing? We're just gonna nerf Diplo rep maybe to make Diplo worse, and then we're gonna nerf tolerance to make like I feel like that should their approach is like we're just gonna nerf everything that's good. Like, why is literacy good though? Like, I get people like it, but I'm like, I feel like I always research everything that I want in every age. I don't understand why people would like want literacy. I don't even think the proximity reductions are good. They probably are gonna nerf Diplo rep. I wouldn't be surprised. But then it's just like, are we just gonna nerf everything like that every time? Like, cause yeah, Diplo rep is really, really good. But the reason Diplo rep is so good is because they've nerfed all the things that used to be good. And now it's just like, well, whatever's left over is now the new good thing. I mean, I've always done that too. I don't know if people understand what I'm saying in the poll. You guys, it's interesting. You guys think that efficiency. So you guys like actually think efficiency modifiers are good. I don't know if you like understand what I'm writing though. Like I like did everyone that voted like understand what I mean? I don't know. Like if you don't understand, yeah, like if you don't understand, you shouldn't vote. But I mean, yeah, it's not like that far off from 50-50, but I think like, because I think on the surface level, I thought efficiency modifiers might be good, but okay, let's lose Bolt. And like when you're taking this poll, I want you to not consider quality of life stuff. Like you know, I guess you can make you could I guess that's a good point. You can include quality of life stuff. Just like I guess we can take it like overall. Like how's the game improved since 1.0? Let me actually like um I almost want to change the wording to like has EU5 improved significantly since release. Because I feel like there's like an argument to be made that like that not much has changed, which would be like if that's what you if I guess yeah. I honestly think Merc's got like military is actually worse in my opinion because they added Merc's being super OP now. Let me let's rephrase the poll to be a little bit better of a question. Is there any mods to help with integration in CC? With CC? No, I made a mod that like was interesting for it, but I haven't like updated it. But maybe I will go back to modding a little bit. So the new poll is not. The question is EU5 going in the right direction? There are things that are better. I will say for sure. There's like features that have been added that are good. Quality of life improvements. Like that's not my more of a question of like overall. Do you guys feel like in the last 6 months that the game is going in the right direction? Because at the end of the day, I think that it's fully possible that I'm wrong about efficiency modifiers. 100%. You know, like I might not like them, but they might be better for the game as a whole. And because I think that I think I actually talked with journalists about this exact thing, and you know I think he's pretty adamant that like it's good for the game, and I'm pretty adamant that it's not. So I guess one of us is objectively wrong, but who knows? I'm more talking about like the health of the game, not and maybe it is better for the health of the game, so power creep becomes less of an issue. But I think the issue, like my theory is that they should have capped modifiers at something like 80 or 75. Maybe 75 would be like instead, because currently you're never going to get to what 75 used to be. I think the better answer would have been cap it at 70 or 75. Right, and that's my thing, Magnus, is that with efficiency modifiers, you take away the uniqueness even like once again. I think if you have efficiency modifiers don't really feel like they do much, which is fine, but then we need something else. Because if I effectively don't care about any modifiers, I feel like that's bad for the health of the game. What do you guys think of that? If everything's efficiency, then I don't really care that much about those modifiers. They don't do much. Is that good for the game or not? Like if all modifiers are just things I don't really care about, I feel like that's not good. Because that's, to me, when I look at proximity speed, it's kind of a modifier that I don't really care about. Like, I don't even really know the difference between like 50 and 0 proximity speed. I can't feel the difference. Maybe I need to like look at that and like test it, but I feel like generally speaking, I don't really feel that big of a difference. Right, but instead of modifier caps, now you effectively have that cap in place via efficiency, right? Because it's just not very like the modifier just doesn't really like ever give you that much value. Yes, from 0 to 50 is the same, effectively, like almost. 0 to 50 is about the same, and then it's like drastically different between everything above that is like insanely different, right? So once you hit like 70, so my idea would be like, so for example, getting getting to 50 should be the same as getting to 100, which is working, right? But then once you hit 60, you need double. So like it scales to 50 correctly percent, but then like the way I look at it is that they effectively capped every modifier at roughly 65%, or maybe like 60 to 65%. Is that good? Because with efficiency, you're not really going to get more than that. So no matter what you do, like you will not get more than 60% cost reduction. Maybe that's okay. But the issue is, to me, is that it makes it so it's not fun. Modifier stacking is fun. Yeah, like that's my bottom line at the end of the day, is kind of my point. Is that like modifier stacking is fun and it's not anyways, yeah. And it makes nation feel unique. Like Russia feels unique, or it used to feel unique, because they have really good control. Something maybe I would say like Delhi feels unique because they have war score cost, right? So I want a nation to feel unique because it has something that it offers that is like different or unique from another nation. Sure, I could do that, but it seems like the majority can agree to that. Like the poll that we're currently doing, that seems like the majority of people agree. Like EU5 is not going in the right direction. I'm not just saying like efficiency is like, again, I'm not saying like I feel like efficiency modifiers, like part of me is like, what about this is like going to a different, like, I guess, idea here, but like, should we just remove modifiers from the game? Because I kind of feel like that's what efficiency does. And is that like the idea that we want? Is like maybe we should just remove modifiers from the game and replace it with something else entirely? Sure. I mean, to some extent, yes, Jimin. But the issue is that if I wanted to reach the same level that I have now, I would need 900%. like I would need 900% efficiency, right, to reach the same levels of wow, this feels OP, right? Like 90% discount modifier is the equivalent of 900% efficiency. So 100% efficiency really wouldn't do much. Like if I was just given 100% efficiency later on, it really wouldn't do that a lot. Like for example, if I can get to 200% efficiency, getting to 300% wouldn't really move the needle much from 200 to 300%. Does that make sense? Like even if I was playing Russia and I was given another 100%, it just really it wouldn't do a lot. Like I don't even know that you would notice much of a difference. Maybe a little bit, but nothing drastic. Just like the example I gave before is like, okay, if you look at a graph, here I'll give you like a little graph. I agree. I think that like I mean that's a good question, right? And that's why I'm like not sure that I'm like I'm not saying that I'm like objectively right. Just because I don't enjoy something doesn't mean that it's like the right answer. But I think that like in forms of like if you're gonna do really weird stuff and it's like the game's like for example, if I'm playing Russia and it's like 1680 and I got the mandate, it's like, is it bad to give me super good proximity? Probably not, because like the campaign's over already. I'm just doing that for fun. It doesn't really matter if I have, like why does it matter, I guess? That I have like insanely good modifiers. Like this is the freaking late game that no one plays to anyways. But let me show you like this is like the effectively like what's going on here. So if you guys can see this, it's like 50% discount is the equivalent to 100% proximity or efficiency. But then the problem is that like look at the difference between 50 and 70. Now you're looking at 233%. So it's like you're effectively never getting to 70 or I would look at 70 as like there's no way you're getting past that really, right? I don't think there's enough of a modifier in the game to ever exceed that. So I feel like in some ways the devs will come out and say it like I don't even think you can get to 70. I think it'd be more realistic to get to like 65-ish, right? For most modifiers at least. Like maybe you could be like the extreme example of like, oh, I'm Russia and I am the one nation that can maybe get to 200% as Russia. But other than that, like a normal nation's not getting in fact, the normal nation's probably not even getting to 60%. So does that feel good or bad? I think so too. I think efficiency makes the late game less fun. Because why not have some broken shit in the late game? Like that to me, that's the idea is that like, oh, in the age of absolutism, you're getting these like really you're in the age of absolutism, you're getting these modifiers that allow you to push past 50. Does it matter? Does anything really matter? Is life meaningful? Does life have meaning? I'm messing with you. I mean, it's more than that though. Like, because this is just one example, right? Like, I could be talking about like war score efficiency too, right? To a similar degree, where it's like, yes, you're going to be able to take way less land now. I could see what you're saying. I don't know, honestly. Maybe, but the thing about multiplayer is like, are people playing? Because I feel like most of the times you're not hitting the massive discount levels unless you're playing the late game. Like, how many people play to the late game? I totally agree with that. And that's my point. With what you're saying there. You think that I think it's more than half of the players don't care. I think it's like 90% of the players don't care. Or maybe even 95. Like, I think it's like majority of players this doesn't even affect. But why ruin it for those 5 or 10% of the players that want to have some fun with it? That's kind of my point. Like, I think it's just net negative. Like that would be my argument too. Is like, okay, this doesn't affect 90% of the players, but the 10% that it does affect are the like hardcore players, and it really affects them in a negative way. It takes away the fun from like the enthusiast players. Like, that's kind of my point. I think I think so too. I think that when any like again, it goes back to my argument earlier. Like, for Hellenism, did we need to gut Hellenism before release? I think not, because it's a fantasy religion. Make it broken, make it OP. Why is that? Like, that's just fun. You're only going to be able to do it with Byzantium. Like, what's the problem? Like, are we trying to like, I just don't understand the logic. But again, like, I look at Byzantium of like I let me ask you this: are you guys aware of the CB? Like, I'm sure most of you are. Like, the Restore Rome Borders CB. Do you guys think the CB is good or bad for the game? Like, the negative 50% antagonism, negative 50% cost CB for all of the Roman Empire that you are given in 1401. Is that good or bad? My argument would be that Byzantium shouldn't be a formable if they have the modifier. Because then if like a min-max looks at the game, they're going to be like, oh, I should always form Byzantium, and I don't really feel like that's good. Not that people are really caring about that in the current state, you know. But like, sure, I don't think it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't disagree. But the problem I have with it is that it's really power creepy. Like, you know, that I think what Evan's saying is too is like right on point, right? The problem I have with it is that it's so much better than any other CB in the game. Like, I don't think it should be nerfed, but like other CBs should be available or better. Like, they have a CB that like every nation should have almost, right? Like they get to play the game where no one else does. So I feel like that's a little bit power creepy, which I don't like on the but that's more of an issue with like other nations not having access to CBs than it is a problem with Byzantium having access to, you know. Yeah. I totally like, yeah, why is Parliament CB plus 25 antagonism? Like, the game feels bad right now because it's like, oh, let's just hope that you get rivaled by the right people so you can take land. I don't know why. I hate when the H3 has 90,000 nations. I freaking hate it. It's so tedious to ever take over the H3. Not yet, like, not usually. I think it's over, like, within 50 years of getting the CB, though. Okay, if I'm being honest, the I think the real issue for the CB for me is that it lowers antagonism. That's the only CB in the game that does that. Why, from a historical standpoint, would that make any sense? Like, why would France be okay that, that Aragon lost territory from the former Rome? Like, bro, they're not gonna give a shit about whether, that used to be Rome's land. That's, like, so long ago, isn't it? Like, how long had it been since the Rome had Aragon, for example? Or Rome had England? Does it even make a sense historically that would be the case, that they would, like, care less about them taking that land? Like, I think it's, like, a long time, like, they're not gonna be, like, okay with it. They're, like in fact, they might be even a little bit worried about it because they're like, "Oh, the freaking Roman Empire is coming for us. They're rebuilding their empire." Like, that's almost a reason to be more antagonism. They're trying to reclaim their borders, but it's, like, hundreds and hundreds of years. Right, but I'm saying, like, it doesn't make sense. Also, can we agree that it's dumb that conciliatory gives you less antagonism than belligerence? Like, I don't really, like, agree with the conciliatory being, like, the optimal way to conquer. That just doesn't, like, add up, right? Like, "Oh, you should push conciliatory if you wanna take more land." That's stupid. What do you guys think of that? Is that stupid, or am I, like, off the mark there? I mean, the new truce system sucks. It feels bad. Like, I think that belligerent should be lower antagonism for sure. Like, you're like a you're belligerent to me means that you're, like, effective you're, like, good at taking land and good at smoothing things over for other nations. They didn't fix it to 10 years. It's still longer than that. But I think it's like I don't know that the true system's bad. It just feels bad because it was so overpowered at the release, right? I don't have a problem with the 15-year truces personally. I think that okay, tell me if you think that I was thinking about making a mod or like I like honestly I made a mod before, but like remaking a mod. Tell me if you guys think this is like it might be a terrible idea. But I really find the whole getting Casus Belli's like kind of tedious right now because it's so based on like you don't want to use Parliament CB because it gives you more antagonism, but then it's like RNG if people rival you or not, right? Which to me feels like kind of frustrating. And like as long as anyone rivals you, you might be able to co-belligerate and take the person's land that you wanted to anyways. But my point being is like I think that you should just be able to fabricate a claim on anybody. Like that I mean that's what I want, right? Like I was thinking about this. This might be a little bit like a little bit excessive, but I was thinking of like making it so you can get a claim on any of your neighbors and making it instant. Which yeah, might be like a little bit a little bit, but like I guess it comes with like a double-edged sword because the AI can do the same thing. But I'm like that would be like I think that'd be like more fun for me, but and I thought about even making the claim worse. Oh yeah, the whole threat and war thing is so stupid. It's like, bro, before release, I remember before release, Flory pointing this out, like it's broken. and then like, and even Johan responding to that, and them just never caring to fix it. Like, why? That was pointed out before release. The threat and war was broken. Why did we freaking fix that? Like, we knew, we know. Yeah, right. A 50% change. That's just crazy. So they have a system that if you're a great power for some reason, you can now take 50% more land. Like, okay. How about like, and I don't know. The 4-year claim system is like, bro, what are we doing? Why can't we have permaclaims on things? Like Reconquest should be permaclaimed until the cores go away. Like they should have just like EU4. Like if the cores go away, sure, you lose the cores, you don't have Reconquest CB, but sure. Can we get into EU4? I'm tempted. I'm very tempted right now. Maybe. I could definitely see like just freaking start grinding EU4 again. Yeah. I think that I mean it just is what it is. I totally agree that they fabricated the amount, like they fabricated how much content the game has with like artists and random bullshit events that you don't care about like crazy. Like if we actually look at the events that you care about as DHEs, do we really have that much content? I would argue no. Like I feel like it's like super fabricated numbers. They're so proud of like, oh, we have 100 and we have 233 historical events for England. It's like, how many of these things do we care about? Is it even like 20%? I would argue that it's less than that. What do you guys think that's a wrong claim, or what do you guys think? Do you think that's correct? I would say that less than 20% of the events are like things that are actually used, like things that I would actually care about. I think they, I don't know. I think they just went the wrong direction. But it's like, what do you do at this point? Like, you know what I think they should have done instead of doing this system? Some of you guys are gonna like freak out for me when I say this, but they should have done a mission tree instead of doing this. Like just freaking, it all just should have been mission trees. I think mission trees just like would have been so much better. I love mission trees. They're like, oh, I'm playing as freaking like Kiev. Like I have no idea what you're supposed to do as Kiev, but if there's a mission tree, I would. I'd be like, all right, let's hop on the mission tree and like look at what the game suggests that we do. I don't have to follow it. That's the same in EU4. I don't have to follow mission tree, but if I don't know what to do, oh yeah, Cavalry's so dumb too. I know a lot of people don't like mission trees and they're like turned off by that idea, but I'm like, I'm definitely on the board on the side of like I think mission trees would have been good. I know some people are like against that though, for sure. But I also think mission trees are probably better for the casual. Let's say that from an objective point, right? Like not whether you or me like it, but like for the casual player, mission trees probably are more fun. Agree or disagree? I'm not talking about you or me that are probably like more enthusiasts. Like you're watching an EU4 or EU5 stream that's talking about modifiers. Like you're probably not the casual. But I think for the average player, it's like the mission trees would have been a good idea. I haven't even looked at the tutorial mission thing ever. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not talking about like the people and like I'd almost say you'd have to take away the people that are in this freaking chat from casual discussion. But I'm just saying, like, for the casual player to go in and be like, "Hey, I have an idea of what to do," I think is good. Like, I jump into England and I'm like, "Okay, what does the mission tree like want me to do?" They're like, "Okay, they want me to." It's like when I was playing Ambinar the other day, and I was like, "I have no idea what to do," because I'm very like overwhelmed. Well, if I go to the mission tree, at least I have like some sort of idea of what to do, or at least it gives me like it gives me I can like I can latch onto something and be like, oh, okay, I have no idea what the hell is going on, but I can kind of focus in on this mission tree and just try to get that done, and then maybe the rest will fall into place. That's what I think is good. Video when? But yeah, I think that like I don't know. EU5 makes me want to be a variety content creator right now. But I wouldn't be very successful, but um yeah, maybe going back to EU4 could be like something. Like Aminar could be interesting. Honestly, but like okay, hear me out. Hear me out. What if modifiers were efficiency modifiers? Then are mission trees that broken? Like you're never gonna care. It's freaking efficiency modifiers. What are you gonna care about that for? You're like, okay, I guess that's kind of cool. It's a little bit useful, but it's not like something that it's really that important. Like imagine you get 20 proximity event speed for a mission. Like you wouldn't care. So maybe efficiency modifiers are good, and then they could add mission trees. I totally agree. I hate the combat system in the game. That's to me, that's the biggest issue with the game. I hate levies. I hate just the way that they make combat. Like levies ruin the game. If I'm doing like just gonna blank statement, levies ruin the game for me. I think that's the worst thing in the game. And not because levies couldn't be like, and it's not like it's impossible to fix, right? Like I'm not saying like the levies are inherently evil. I'm saying that the way that they're implemented is terrible. Right. I agree. Like the permanent modifiers are good, but like are fun, but like if you have efficiency modifiers, I think you just don't care about modifiers. You guys know that there used to be like you know what's a better system? There used to be attrition in like really early on in early access. So if you had more than like 30 stacks of guys, you would start just dying. Similarly to being like out of food, I guess. But like, all the time. So you like couldn't overstack. Or, like it would be like EU4, like if you overstacked, you would be punished. But then they decided to get rid of it because the AI couldn't handle it. And I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. Let's just remove a system that's good because we can't figure out how to make the AI competent. Really? No, they're saying that EU5 is going in the wrong direction. Or I said EU5 going in the right direction. People are saying no. Yeah, you know what I think? They need to hire more AI people. Like the game has an AI issue. Yeah, true. You know what's crazy is that they could have a massive amount of people that did bugs fixing for free, and they just don't. Like, you know how much of the community is passionate about the game that would do that? Like, they would do it for free. I'm not even joking. Like, maybe like hand them out, or like I don't know, give them like some merch or something. Like, not even they don't even need to do that. But I'm saying like they would do it for free. Take tendencies and make sure EU5 YouTubers that make AIs off of them. Brilliant. Make a playmaker AI was just like insanely aggressive. Just like goes to war constantly. No subjects. Yeah, then I mean, but you know what I think? What you're saying, Admiral, is your community is probably willing to do that because you're actually going to do something about it. Would be my guess. Like that's what I feel like whenever I like try to help Paradox, it's like they're not going to listen to what I say, so I just get demotivated to even continue to say anything, right? Like I'm like, hey, this is a problem, and then it's just like, swept under the rug or something. And you're like, okay, like why am I don't get it. Nice. I haven't really looked too much into mods, so I don't really know of the mod, but I imagine that your community would probably be willing to help you because you're willing to listen to them. Or at least hear them. That's what I feel like the issue is for me whenever I like wanted to help Paradox. Like I think I tried to help them a bunch at first when I got early access, and then like I felt demotivated to do it anymore because it seemed like it was doing nothing. But I'd be curious, what does your mod do? Oh, I just put capture. Byzantium content? Yeah. Is it though? Davidson? Like I don't really think it is. I mean, the thing is that I don't think like how do I say this about about Paradox? Like I don't feel like they care about what I say. Which is to me saying, which to me makes it like, and what's the obvious thing? Like, okay, if you're telling somebody, like, if you're giving someone advice and they don't seem to care about it, what's going to be the next, what's going to happen? Like, if you're giving your friend advice and they just don't seem to listen to the advice, like, what are you going to do? See if anyone gets to my line of reasoning. If you give it like, let's just use this analogy. If you give your friend advice and like, for one, they're asking for advice, so you give them advice, and then they completely ignore everything that you said. What are you gonna do the next time they ask you for advice? My point here is saying that I'm not going to give them advice. Can I blame them for being confused? I mean, I'm just not gonna like. I'm just like not. I'm just gonna like detach from that. And maybe that's a good thing. Then there's one less voice screaming at them, right? Like I just like my experience was trying to give them advice because they asked for it. Like I'm talking about before the game released, they like said, they kind of made an announcement like, "Hey, we like your feedback." But then like, and to me, here's what I would have liked if they would have been willing to have a discussion. Like if I was like, "Hey, this I don't like this mechanic in the game," and then it would have been cool if the devs were like, "Okay, we see your point, but here's why." I would have been like really like impressed with that, right? But instead, it's more of like if they don't agree with what you're saying, they're just never going to respond to you. It's not like there's a ton of people leaving like feedback every day, right? There's only like 30 creators or so that are here, right? It's like I don't know that it would take like insane manpower to respond to these things. It would maybe like a couple posts a day, maybe. Like just like the way it works is like if they respond to your feedback, then they liked what you said, but it's like it would have been nice to be like, okay, if I was like, hey, I feel like the professional levy balance is off. Like what? But instead of like responding to me, they would just like they don't want to deal with it. They just won't respond to you. Like I would love to be like, hey, let's have a conversation. Like, or they can like tell me like the issue they're having. There's just not. I guess I can't expect them to really communicate great, but it just the reality is that if you try to help and then you feel like you're not being heard, you no longer want to even try because why would you? That's kind of like what happened. That's how I feel about me giving feedback, where it became like I'll still play early access, but I'm not like if I feel like something's broken, I'm not going to leave feedback on it because I don't feel like there's a point. And that's what like kind of like it devolved to in early access. It's like I just simply like won't respond. I'll just get early access and like get familiar with the game, but I'm not going to leave feedback because it doesn't feel like I'm being heard. Like, do I think that I know everything about development and would get everything right? Definitely not, right? But there's certain things that are just like I feel like the communication is just the issue for me. Like it would mean so much to me if they came out and they were like, "Hey, we understand that the military is like way off, and we're going to be working on it." Like that would be like the biggest news I've ever heard from the devs if they like just like address that to me, or even the community as a whole, right? But I don't really see that happening. Like just like tell me that I'm heard. Like I've been, like or tell me like I've never once like I've complained about Parliament for like 10 years, every single time forever. And it's like no one ever addresses that Parliament's like a problem, right? So to me, it's just like they clearly think that the Parliament's perfect and has no flaws or something. Like I don't know. My point being is that like they never like I've left like long posts on like these these threads or two of like why I think it's wrong or what I think it needs to be. And I would have just liked a discussion too. Like if like I remember like I typed up like paragraphs about like the issues with Parliament, and I don't even get so much as like a emoji reaction, just like left on red, or I don't even think it's red. I don't know. You can't tell on Discord, but yeah, no, I get it though. I To me, I can understand the issue. There are too many voices for sure, and I don't know who's right, and it's hard. So I guess like I don't know like what do you do as a developer? I think like the issue is that like sometimes I think the developers aren't like I don't know. Some changes make me think they don't play the game. Though that's my issue. And I like to be fair, is there an expectation that developers should have to play a video game? Like maybe not, right? But there definitely should be some people on the team that do. They should be like QA testers that are like, you know what I mean? Like there should be some branch of somebody that plays the game. Like, cause like I can imagine like if you're a Blizzard dev, right? Like you might not play World of Warcraft. It's just your job. Like you're a developer. You don't have to play the game. Or I get that. Like it's just a job. But there's got to be some people at that job that do something. Right. Like the developers are going to do what they're told by their manager. Like I don't expect the developers and maybe like, and so maybe it's not a developer issue. It's like a direction issue. It's just like they're not being told the right things. They're doing what they're told. You know. Well, obviously, but you know, I would imagine like if I was developing a game, I would definitely be like playtesting it myself, 100%. But I can't expect somebody like I can't expect everybody to be like that. I don't know. Maybe they do, but to me, it's like things like again. I'll bring you back to the legislative efficiency. I feel like removing antagonism reduction for legislative efficiency tells me that you're out of touch, because this is the only reason why you care about this modifier, and if you do that, then you need to replace it with something else so people still care about this modifier, or you're significantly warping the game balance. And that's like, to me, that's like unacceptable. I know I'm just giving one specific example, but and like there's more cases like this, but it's like you can't really, this doesn't really make sense. If you make a choice to remove something from a modifier that is all over the game, because it is, you need to do something to make it better, because it's useless. It had one thing that made it useful. And you know what's funny is that I remember asking the devs and getting a response about legislative efficiency. I asked, why does legislative efficiency give antagonism reduction? And you know what they told me? The particular dev that responded, I don't remember, like, I'm not going to go by name, I don't remember who, but they told me it was because it was useless without it. I'm paraphrasing, but like that's basically what they said, is like, because it used to give cabinet efficiency on top of what it did already, right? If you didn't know that, so it used to be admin efficiency and it gave cabinet efficiency. So it was pretty good, right? On top of, like, it would be cabinet efficiency and then it would be like laws. And that's just like a side effect and it doesn't really matter, right? But then they like removed that from it and then gave it antagonism reduction, and then they didn't replace. I don't know. It's just like they knew they had to replace it with something else before, but then they didn't do that the next time they did it. I agree with that. I think they overcomplicated the game. I don't even care what legislative efficiency does. It just needs to do something, because it's like all over, right? There's like government reforms that have legislative efficiency. There is like a state, what is it called? Privileges that give it. You know, there's like cabinet actions. I'm talking about Muscovy that do it. So it's like it's all over the game. It's in your freaking mission, your tech tree. There's probably some nations that get it in their national ideas. Like, it's everywhere. They can't just. I think it's like a terrible idea to just like to remove it, like, and then replace it with nothing. Yes, they're literally texts that give you legislative efficiency, and now it's like, dude, what? Like it used to be. It used to make the admin focus good because you got more legislative efficiency. Like it was just like a huge part of the game, and then you're just like, oh, we're gonna remove that and then not replace it with anything. Did we think about, like, I'm just like that decision is actually one of the, like, it just infuriates me. Right. And the kid, like, it's just like, bro, why? I just like don't know like who signed off on that. Whose idea was that? Like they're like, oh, this is overpowered, so we're gonna just remove it. I totally agree. If they're going to make it effectively useless, they need to remove it from everything and replace it with something else, or just remove everything. Like it's just like it's not acceptable to do something like that. I mean, well, like literally, guys, I could be playing a different game, but this is a discussion screen. Like you signed up for the yapping. This is completely what the stream is about. It's literally just me venting to you guys about how I'm frustrated and how I want to like maybe just go back to EU4. I'm not good at yapping and playing. I'll tell you what, if I get a similar amount of viewers, like if I went to EU4 and got a similar amount of viewers, I would probably just stop playing EU5. Completely. Oh, I wish. I wish I could play other games. Like, I mean, I could see a reality of like, so I've been doing this for like my like a living, right? Like this type of content pays the bills. And if it wasn't the case that I was relying on the money to pay my bills, then I would definitely just start playing other games, even if I got way less views. That's what I feel like I'm at. I'm like, well, maybe I just need to start like dust off the resume so I can play other things, you know, and not care about the views that I get. But I like EU4 though, or I liked EU4. I just feel like in a nutshell, what would be the one thing that I would say is that I don't have nearly as much fun. That's what it boils down to. Like I feel like playing EU5 is a job. I felt like doing content for EU4 was like a dream job, you know? Like I don't even I just enjoy it. I like this is what I want to do. I feel like EU5 is like I like set a timer of how long I want to make a video, you know? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make this video 3 hours long, and I'm like looking at the timer. I'm like, oh god, it's only been an hour of recording. Kill me. In game, okay, not in real life, of course. But I never had that feeling when I played EU4. Like I usually would like record way too long, and you know, like that'd be the other problem. I think that the character additions. That's yeah, sure. But I feel like there's like I feel like the with okay. Let me give you a let me give you a take here. The game doesn't feel unique enough to take away modifier stacking yet. Like I feel like if you want to take away modifier stacking, do it when the game feels like there's unique nations to play that are fun. Every nation feels the same. So if you take away modifier stacking, that even like makes the issue worse. Like okay, you take away Muscovy's really good control. That's not good because that's what made them feel unique. You know, you take away like certain people's like war score cost modifiers that made them feel unique. Like, really? Yeah, it just feels the same. Sure. Yeah, Austria EU5. I mean, everyone in Europe just feels like worse Bohemia. I mean, not in Europe, in the HRE. It's just like how much worse, you know? Like the HRE just has no uniqueness at all. I guess maybe like if you're a republic because you can't be the emperor, like sure, it's kind of unique, but not really. I think so too. Sure, I'm talking about flavor, but like, what do we? Okay, tell me. Here's what I'm gonna rant about. It took them 6 months to release such a little amount of content for one nation. Why? Is it like that's my question for you. But they're not gonna make money off of a terrible DLC with for $10. Why would they make the Byzantium DLC like $10 then? That doesn't even make sense from a financial perspective. Why not make the why like people like this is the DLC that people are probably gonna buy the most, right? This is your most important DLC. Your first DLC sets a precedent. Like I think it's a huge mistake that they made with the DLC. I think the issue is that they're working on they don't commit to working on that project. Like I feel like they're working on one point like I feel like there's devs that are working on like 1.7 right now. Or 1.5 or whatever the case may be. Like I literally think that's the thing. They have devs that are like working on like 2 DLCs down the line. I'm like, but they really just need I feel like they need like all hands on deck for everything. Like they have to because there's no way that 1.3 should be ready 2 weeks after 1.2 if they hadn't been working on 1.3 for like half of their time, right? There's just no way. Really? No, I get that that's I get that. I think that the team that worked on 1.2 is just too small. I think so too. You know what I find weird? Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that like they have a team. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I don't know. I say this from like all of the stuff I say is like from a content creator's perspective, the EU5 videos do fairly well. I just don't have as much fun playing the game. Does that make sense? Like it's not like like videos do like equally well that EU4 did or better. That's fine. It's just like I'm speaking from like a person like take away the content creator aspect of me when I'm venting right now. It doesn't matter to me. I'm talking about someone who plays video games that likes video games. Like I could like you know like I can make content for U5 and it does fine. It's just I'm not having as much fun doing it. I think that's like the general my general complaint right now. I haven't really tried other strategy games, but I doubt I would. I think I'm locked into playing. I mean, that's the way that YouTube is, though, right? Like, I think I would need to make a different channel if I wanted to do a different type of content. But my point is that like I'm not struggling from a content creator's perspective. I'm struggling from a guy who plays a video game that wants to enjoy it. I guess you could say I'm struggling from a I'm enjoying my job perspective as much as I was before. But that's like, like who cares, right? Like EU5 playing EU5 as a content creator feels more like a job than like EU4 is like it didn't feel like a job, right? It was like this is super fun. I get to play EU4 and then make money from doing it. Whereas like EU5 starts to feel like, oh, this is like a job. Yeah. But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, but the question is like in my experience or from what I've seen, people don't want to watch EU4 videos as much. I think I'd be like if I got the viewership that I get from EU5 for EU4, I would just stop playing EU5. Maybe I should try that. But I think that's like probably what I would do. Like not forever, but I would like stop until it gets better. If that makes sense. Like you know how I originally played EU4 is I'd play it for like a little bit and then I would come back for each DLC. I'm not in the I'm in the single thousands. I'm like 1,200, but yeah. I feel like it's like I feel like the same way. Like it's tough to play EU4. I feel like Paradox like cooked me. They're like they made EU5 not fun, but then they also made like it hard to go back to EU4 at the same time. And like honestly, it sucks. That's literally how I feel. Like I feel like they ruined EU4 for me, but they didn't make a good enough game to like. I'm just like man, you know what I'm like having a lot of fun doing that you guys hate and like I would never get any views for is playing League of Legends. Because I haven't played it competitively in years, and I'm playing like ranked league, and I'm like, I'm having so much more fun playing that than anything else right now. Oh, thank you, thank you. I wish I could be a variety streamer. I do. Yeah, League is the game I always go back to. Yeah, it's just hard. I don't know. Like, try going back to U4. It's just hard. I haven't like the reason I'm enjoying it is because I played ranked League in 2016, and I hadn't really played seriously until like since then. And now I'm playing like a new role and a new champ, and I'm like enjoying the. I guess I'm enjoying the grind. I even made a video on my second channel that got like 300 views, and I was happy. You know, I'm like, cool. Maybe I should just like make a second channel for League. I think that it's like a separate channel type of vibe, but yeah. But I'm like, maybe I should put more time into doing that. I don't know. I don't play TFT. But I would love to do other stuff too. Like I would love to like I would love to play like 7 Days to Die or like Valheim or like, you know, like random games like that, like Dark Souls or like, you know, it'd be cool to be a variety streamer. Just like play whatever the vibe was. Like those are games I love too. I need to stream like yeah. No, I love doing like challenges too. Like I was doing like, you know, I think it'd be fun to do like a so yeah, something like a hardcore Valheim run or something, right? Is fun. Or like and maybe I could find something like that in the EU5 to make it like it's like but sometimes I just don't know what to think about. Like what can I do to make EU5 like more fun? I can't. I've tried. Yeah, I played like I would even like play StarCraft ranked on stream or like that'd be fun too. I used to play the StarCraft ranked a bunch. I'm like that's pretty fun. That's why I'm like jealous of people that can do variety content. That's freaking awesome. They can just like play what's the most fun for them to play at the time. That's cool. But like I don't at the same time it's like I understand that like when I watch other content creators it's like you know I watch a content creator for the one thing that I want to watch them for. So like I don't even really like variety content people, right? It's like you know, if I want to watch this particular guy, I just want to watch him play this particular thing. That's why I was thinking making like a different channel for like different stuff. Like making a different like I've made a second channel for variety and I'll probably just see how that goes with it. I think that like I don't know. Maybe I should do that. I should just like I know I mean, I think I'm just like you know, like I'm just one creator in a line of creators that like seems to be frustrated with the game. I haven't really advertised it a ton, but I would love to just be able to like do variety stuff, and maybe that's what I'll. Maybe I need to like push my second channel and see how far I can get that. Like where I'm like intentionally like, because I think the problem is that if you create a channel and it was always with doing one thing, then yeah, I wouldn't ever merge them. Well, I think with the variety channel, it's like you need to make that what you were doing the whole time. If I was like to try to turn this into a variety channel, it's not the way because this channel was always a paradox slash Europa one, right? But what's funny enough, on my variety channel, I made a video that got like 16,000 views on a World of Warcraft video. It just like randomly popped off. I was like, that's pretty funny. But I don't like what's cool though. I don't know. I got like 300 views on a League video, and I was like, that's kind of cool because I don't even have 300 subs on my other channel. I was like, that did pretty well. Maybe I should do like more League stuff. I don't think that I would like. Yeah, I could do it, but I think I'd rather just do it with a different channel that like starts doing like you know starts with that concept in mind. Like I don't know, because maybe he wants to have a better relationship with Paradox. I think that the way that I treat the game probably it has negative value in my relationship with Paradox, maybe, right? Like I feel like they like for example, Paradox like loves Lord Lambert. He doesn't like say a lot of negative stuff. I mean maybe some, but I feel like he's generally overwhelmingly positive. And I think they like like they were like reward that behavior. No, I mean like I think that like I like maybe what I'll do is like advertise my secondary channel on my channel like at the start of videos or something. But I don't want like I want people that like I don't want people that expect like Europa content to not get that. Like this channel will be that. You know? Like I think that's annoying personally. Like if you didn't sign up to my channel knowing that it's a variety content, like that's like that's annoying. But I'm like I want my channel to like be a variety content channel from the start, like a secondary channel, right? So that like you kind of like get used to that. Like you're here because of that. But I'm like maybe but like I think that like doing that might give me like the respite that I need, like like the yeah, I agree. But that could be fun. I don't know. I think that could be fun to see how that goes. I mean, I think it's hard to like get into like for example, being a league streamer is like really hard because it's so saturated, right? Like it's gonna be like hard to jump into that like that genre. League is like is so saturated. Or I feel like it's like much easier to get into like like Europa because oh I don't play Hoi. What are you saying? I'm not saying that I would like not have my channel still, by the way. I've thought about doing CK3, but I'm not saying that I would like stop doing Paradox content on my main channel. I'm just saying like make a secondary channel where I do like variety. And then see how like that goes. Maybe I'll do I feel crazy. Maybe I should do EU4 content on that channel. Occasionally, call it variety and just like put EU4 content on my second channel. Yeah, my World Conquest early on. I feel like honestly, I do feel like the game was fun on release though. I honestly feel like the game like felt more unique on release. Maybe I'm crazy and I'm just like, hey, thanks for the gifted. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. EU3? Yeah, I'll do EU3. I'll do EU3 on my second channel. For sure, for sure. Oh yeah, do you think they do that? That's why I say that I think the game's gone downhill because I really do feel like maybe it was just the newness though. But like I had like a lot of fun like pushing for the World Conquest. Like a lot of fun with like different nations. Yeah. True, true, true. No, but maybe that's something that I could consider doing. I wanted to like I want to do like I think it'd be fun to do is like a World of Warcraft hardcore. I've always like wanted to look at that because I'm like that seems like interesting. I like the idea of like playing hardcore is fun because it's like you risk everything. You could completely have to restart, and I like the like vibe, like the feeling of that. One mistake and it's over. I think it's okay, but I just like I could never get into classic WoW because I played it growing up. And I feel like that's like I already did that grind. I can't do it again, you know? Like I freaking grew up with that. I played it growing up. Anthony? Was that? No, I never played Hearthstone, no. No. Play Earth Online? I had a campaign where I didn't lose any of my pops for some reason in the New World. Why do you say after you got your first job? Why not before? What? Are you just doing nothing at work? You're just like bored? I've been there. You're just like, I'm just gonna play this all day. I don't know. I'm kind of down. Like, you shouldn't ask me that. Like, how long do I think till EU5 fix their game? I'm kind of like, I'm in a paradox depression. Yeah, right. I mean, that's what I used to do with my job. I used to like edit videos while I was at work. No, like you know what's funny is like so many people want to be league streamers, you know? Like it's like sad because every time you see someone that advertises their Twitch stream and they've got 0 viewers, and then I like to freaking like I'm like, should I be a dick to that person? Like, how do you have 0 viewers? I I I would just quit if I couldn't get a single viewer. I don't know. I mean, that's toxic, I know. But okay, here's my opinion. And like EU5 will never be fixed unless they freaking get their head out of their ass. There's your answer. They need to like they need something to, they gotta change something like something has to change drastically or it won't or it's not gonna be better. They just continuously go in the wrong direction into the anti-fun direction. Yeah, hell yeah. I should stream Counter-Strike too, but like cheat on stream or something, you know? And maybe I'm just being like I think I'm just like being like negative right now because I think 1.2 was a disaster. I 100% liked Leviathan more than 1.2. 100%. What do you guys think? Is that like, am I being toxic by saying that? I think Leviathan was better than EU5's 1.2. But I liked Leviathan, okay? Like Leviathan was actually I thought it introduced like a lot of cool fun mechanics, even if it was a little broken at first. Like yeah. Such a weird looking map. I think I played as Jadari before. Like one time that I played. Why was that gonna make it better? If they don't listen to the small people that are there, why are they gonna listen to more people? Remember the 1.1 beta? Do you guys feel like they changed anything by having it be a beta? Tell me honestly. What did having 1.1 be an open beta do? Why would I think that having 1.3 being open beta would be any different? Change my mind. Do you guys think that the 1.1 beta was effective? Disaster save stream? Do you think it was effective? Like, I feel like 1.1 was like, I don't think they changed much. They threw 1.1 out and it was just like, what did they really like? What decisions did they make in 1.1 that they like really went back on? Like, that's my question. Like, I feel like that not much, right? Like they showed us the beta. It's like I don't really feel like much stuff was changed. It was just a smarter beta. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like after the original beta was shown that it was really changed much. Who should I play? What's so bad about 1.2? Well, they like screwed up integration really bad, and they took away the only way to culture convert, which is like subjects. So they effectively made it so like the only way to like to integrate properly is by some sort of cheese. And then they just gave like an insane amount of power creep to Byzantium, which I guess was kind of fun. But then after you play Byzantium, I feel like after you play Byzantium, other nations feel worse. Like that's my issue with it. It's like, oh, Byzantium's super OP, and I have 7 trillion cabinet actions, and I'm rich and all these things. Then you go play you go play like freaking Bohemia like it did, and you're like, holy shit, I have 0 cabinet actions, and I can't integrate. This feels cursed. You know, I don't have a good CB like this CB I have with Byzantium. This feels horrible. I guess like the you know like I feel like that's what happens with like a little bit. So it's like I feel like the rest of the game feels worse. And then you're like, you play Byzantium, you're like, oh, I can go to war with anyone and not get any antagonism, and I have infinite money, and I'm the best there ever was. I have 92 cabinet actions and 92 governors, you know. And then you go play freaking anyone else, you're like, oh my god, this is freaking pathetic. Right? I mean, it's yeah. Right, exactly. Like they're like the amount of cabinet seats you have as Byzantium feels like it's like the right amount, almost. And like they like Byzantium feels good, but then I feel like it makes everyone else feel bad. And the only reason they feel good is because they're super power crept. All right. Maybe I should try Jadari. They seem like they are pretty easy, right? We're not done talking about EU5, okay? We're just like we're just playing in the background. They're gonna be like I'm not playing some like OPM. I did that yesterday and it was negative fun. Zoka? Alright, is it Zoka or Tlukt? What do you guys think? One for Zoka, two for Tlukt. Wait, I don't have to do that. I can make a poll. Start a poll. Zoka or to slut? To slut. I agree. I agree. For being the second longest member, you should definitely get something nice. I made a poll, guys. If you want to see Zoka or other Zoka that's less Zoka. We can still talk about Eat the Sun. What does that even mean? What's the difference? I don't know. I've never played either. Don't bring back EU5 so soon. Why am I such a democratic guy? So they want, I have to play like a null? What do you mean? That sucks. The bestial wraith? What? They're like little puppies. Why would I want my leader to be a dog? Like it's like a little hyena. Like what is how is anyone gonna take me seriously? When I try to invade them, they're gonna be like they're just gonna like I don't know, they're gonna throw some like a T-bone, like in the movies, and then the dog like all my guys are just gonna like be distracted. But whatever, okay, fine. We're talking to U5 here, guys. This is just distraction from the pain. We need the great conqueror on. Mythical conqueror. Man, I gain a claim on some random people. Okay. Who? Jadari? Oh, War Jadari already? Okay. But he's got horses. Is this like EU5? I'm cooked? Like, dude, that guy has straight horses. I'm absolutely cooked if this is EU5. Maybe I should like retreat so I can group up with my guys. I don't know. Holy God. Why don't I have the horses? I got like an 8-star cab, dude. Uncored land to start? What am I playing? EU5? For real? That's freaking cringe. Who starts with uncored land to start? Like every nation in EU5, but usually EU4 doesn't screw you that way. These are like the longest territories of my life. Do I even have the land? Like, can I have so many guys in a stack without destroying them? Maybe, I don't know. I hope. Oh god, don't talk to me right now. I'm trying to figure something out. Human minister? 17% chance that I get a advisor that's 50% off. I don't know if I want to be tolerant of the humans, but maybe. I could recruit the human. I mean, like, I got to role play as this mod, right? Do I like the humans as these guys? Like, I don't know. How do I know? What's the vibe? Do I want to like the humans, or do I want to say F you to the humans? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I like humans in real life because I'm a human. I think that how do I know? Like, I feel like I need to role play here, and I'm like not. It's tough. Manage magic. So everyone has magic. What can we study? My ruler will study. What calls to me? I think like divination calls to me because it's like end of the world, right? Someone said that in the chat. And like, yeah, if I am divine, then I could probably end the world. Yeah, I think a true exemplar. I mean, I'll just take the advisor. Like, you know, like maybe I'll just keep it simple. Where'd that guy go? Oh, here. Should I hire that guy? No, that guy can look F off. I should hire an admin guy. Probably all power costs. That's pretty insane. I don't make money though. I wonder why. It's probably the forts. I don't really know that it's the forts. Oh, okay. Let's see if we win this. We have to win this, right? Like, there's no way we lose 21 v10, 12. I mean, yeah, easy peasy. Providence? Hold on, I'm trying to read here. Oh, they just lose that land in one battle? Why do I breathe literally 3 times? Man, that sucks for them. They lost one battle and they just get to lose land. That's kind of rigged. I'm sorry, man. That's not fair. Monsters Colossus Belly against who? They're just gonna give me free CBs because they're monsters? What kind of monsters are they? Oh, we're already at war. Wait, what? Jadari's not even the main guy? What happened? 100% I think multiplayer and single player should be balanced separately. 100%. So I guess that Jadari just lost the video game immediately. Which is, you know, what you hate to see it. Now they're a puppet of this guy. Or gal, we're not sexist. Not today. Of course, of course. But I'm I'm in a EU5 depression right now. I feel like Run this guy down. Can I don't really know this game super well, but I'm still at war here, and I feel like it's all my rightful land. Oh my god, they want me to. Oh my god, they want me to take a lot of land, don't they? They're like, could you just murder the world? I mean, I'll get right on it, but not this second. I like how the mission tree here is actually just like one long path, because I don't have like I don't like the mission trees that like start a new path halfway through. I know. I don't like. I don't know. 1.2 makes me depressed because like I feel like I was like I was like really hopeful for 1.2, and then it like let me down a lot, and now I'm sad. You know, I was like, oh, it's gonna be so much better. They're gonna make all these huge improvements, and then like ultimately they did nothing except make Byzantium overpowered. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm wrong. After 6 months, they really give me this DLC that is a one nation DLC. Like, come on, man. You give me content for a single nation? You didn't even fix the freaking naval governor? Stupid. I guess they did give something to land, but hey, we're gonna nerf subjects in one. Tell me that okay, they nerfed subjects, which was like the main way to culture convert, and then they gave you no other way to culture convert now. And then you realize like, oh, this is why subjects are the meta, because there's no other way to freaking integrate. Oh, that's why it's. Oh, okay. I see. It's not that it was the meta; it's that it's the only way to freaking integrate. That makes sense why it's the meta. Oh, okay. Please raise the provinces. No. Now I want to be stubborn and never raise a province the whole campaign. Thoughts? Do you think it's reasonable for me to do that because someone said that I should? I feel like that's the right way. Someone said I should raise, so I feel like I just shouldn't the whole campaign. I want to be petty. I'll let the chat pick. Did you guys know that the Timurids used to be able to release in early access in EU5? But they could only raise cities. So like they couldn't raise rural settlements, so they could raise every cities. Like they could raise cities, and they got a bunch of money, and then it would like downgrade the city, or they would kill people in the city. Did you guys know that? Hordes could do it too, not just the Timurids. Don't know. I thought it was a good mechanic. I honestly didn't even think it was that overpowered because you couldn't raise everything. You could just raise cities. But it was pretty good if you're invading China. Easy. God, the war screen not being over there triggers me. I'm like, where's the freaking war screen? No one cares, I guess. I'm not going Necro. I'm going Divination. This mod is Anbanar. Oh, I didn't annex Jadari. That's fine. All right, they like that. Second light. No, I did annex Jadari. I just gave me a claim for some reason. The event the dawn happens. Zoka, son of Zoka. Wow. Why would I name my son my name? What am I, an idiot? This is a joke because that happened a lot. What, could I not come up with a better name than my own name? Are you kidding me? All right, what do we got? We get a swap to Kingdom, and then we get Land Attrition CCR, but it gets removed at the end of the Age of Monsters, which I think is this age. All permanent claims will be temporary instead. Or alternatively, all our claims become permanent. Zoka would sooner eat the Katark? What even is that? He would call his daughter Zoka. What do you mean? Not that hard. I mean, isn't this like better? Like this gives you war score cost and AE impact until the end of the game. Except not really till the end of the game, but like they just say that to bait you. This one gives CCR, and yeah, like I feel like the other one's better because you could take more land and have a less AE. I think this is the right answer. I think we have to raise to be able to core stuff. It's freaking. What do you even raise? Oh, this. Wait, did the vote win? Oh yeah, the vote won. Okay, we're chilling. We're chilling. I love raising one at a time. It's such a cool mechanic. So I still have the raise map mode. Yeah. I should have raised before I started coring. Okay, so. Oh, I have. Oh, this is great. I don't have like regular states. I love this. I only have the monsters, tribes, and the mages. This game gets me. National Vampire modifier. Oh, hey, how's it going? Seize land. Wait. Some of the diet at first, then seize land. Should I give the mages anything? I don't know. Like this seems like it's cursed. I like this. Reduced research regulations. I think that I like that just from a roleplay perspective. Available loot. That's not like raising, it's just like loot though. The challenge is me not playing at EU5. No, the challenge is me not raging about EU5, and it's impossible. I failed the challenge. Why do I have allies when they could be my friends in other ways? You know what I'm saying? Should I get rid of them? All the following demonic power is at least 50%. What the hell is demonic power? I'm a good guy. What do you mean? Demonic power. Oh, well, you know this flock together thing? I bet it's like they have to be my friend now. And so like it's like slavery, but in Ambanar. That's the vibe. Demonic power is a question. Like I have zero clue what that means. Wait. No, I thought maybe that would be it, but no, I have no idea. Probably isn't real. It's like it's coming in a future build type of vibe. Can we even have that many guys in our stack? I feel like we can't. 20? No. Is that? No. Like how do you tell how many guys you can put in a stack before they start dying? I don't remember. Oh, the province itself. That's what it is. Okay. So we probably need to like split up our guys then. Father and son. Okay. What do you do? Can't win them all. Countries wish to hire? Yeah, I'm not doing that. Oh, no, rebels? What do you mean? I don't want rebels. No. Why do they want to revolt? I'm a good guy. That's crazy. They're really mad. Yeah, this is the open beta, guys, for 1.3. You can opt in if you want. I kind of feel demotivated to play until they release 1.3 beta anyways. Like, why would I start campaigns and like next week they're gonna release the beta? And I'm gonna be disappointed again and cry. Can't handle it. Why do I have no manpower forever? I don't want to be that guy. Yeah, whatever. There's just not that many there's not that many coyotes to replace my guys or something like that. Can't win them all. Magic tab? I can't. I don't know what that is. All right, what do we need to do right now? So we're befriending our friend because the mission tree says so. What? So I have to befriend them and have a spy network? Why? Who's Tressa Banabu? These names. I guess I have to also have a spy network, so maybe I should do that. This feels weird though. Spy net, like it reminds me of playing Austria when you like build a spy network and improve relations with what's the word? It's a B word. Why can't I think of it? Burgundy. Ruler increases magic proficiency. Divination. I need to see the future to see if I can end the world or not. That's what I'm thinking. You have not engaged in any magic. Oh, I will fix that. Don't you worry. I might not fix that. There's too many buttons. That seems garbage. I don't want to waste my mana on that. Actually, they're not. I do this for a living, and I can tell you what are my best schools. And those happen to be divination and divination. What is magical investment? I can't do any of these things. Why are you telling me this? You're like, you can do nothing, but we're just gonna laugh because you can do nothing. I'm like, bro, I get it. I can do nothing. Oh wait, I fixed it. I fixed it. I don't know. I prefer League of Legends to EU5 at the moment. Oh, I would stream like my second channel. I'm putting out some league content on my second channel already. You can check it out if you want. I'm learning AD carry this season. Okay. But I'm a one trick, so I can only play one champ. I'll just fight the rebels. Where are they gonna be? All right, guys, I gotta go. My buddy wants to play some league. You know, I gotta get going. But look forward to Ambinar video coming on my channel soon. Okay. I think my next videos, we're gonna do some Ambinar runs for a bit and see if people like it. If people do like it, then I'm just gonna be an Ambinar guy. I'm playing Zoka. What do you mean for the video? All right. No, I'm gonna go play some League. Actually, I'll catch you guys later. GG's.